adjust your seat so that you are very comfortable in your chair, wherever. I want you to take a moment and draw your attention to your breath. As you draw in, consciously draw the breath in through your nose, if you weren't already. Let it fill your air sacs before releasing it. Take another slow draw in of a breath through your nose. Now, as you do this, you are bringing your attention more fully into the present moment. Continue to draw in those deep breaths through your nose. In order to breathe deeply, your body must adjust and physically slow down, and simultaneously receives more oxygen, more nutrients, more fuel to your brain. As you're breathing in, notice the muscles surrounding your forehead, your temples, your jawline, your neck. Notice if they are tense, if they are closed or tight. And I invite you to adjust them as needed. As you get comfortable, notice the expansion as you fill your lungs, and then the contraction as you release. Notice if any other parts of your body are moving as you breathe in deeply. Allow yourself to continue down, taking note of your contraction and release. Notice the temperature of your skin. Notice your palms. Are they dry, or are they're relaxed? Or if they're tense, all the way down to your feet. During our practice today, I invite you to describe something, an outcome that you want to experience. And as you do that, I invite you to continue to pay particular attention to your body. So nod if you have this outcome that you wish to experience. Okay? Out loud, share with me more about this outcome.
Bringing breathwork experiences to corporations, restaurants, and sports teams to give a productive pause to the humans behind the hustle and offer real time relief.
As you connect with the awareness of speaking this out loud, what did you notice in your body as you shared that with me?
I noticed that it came out without hesitation, and it just felt very like direct. Yesterday, I was speaking about one of my offers and to a friend, but I just noticed how like I was getting hot or like I couldn't like land the message words, even though she understood the concept. But like I noticed in the Zoom we were on, noticed like I was getting flushed and like hot about it, and I didn't really know what that was about. But today when I said it, it's like it feels good. So yeah.
Your vision is to go on tour to bring to humanity the life-changing, miraculous work of breath work to other organizations or groups or teams that may be on tour as well. And today you notice a difference when you say it out loud than even when you shared it yesterday out loud. Words. Even though she understood, you were struggling to find the words. Today, however, it came out direct without hesitation. Continue to pause and breathe in to your body. And as you do, notice where you feel this vision of going on tour to share your work with humanity, where you feel that in your body.
It's big in my heart.
Okay. Beating in your heart, is that where it starts?
That's where like it starts, and then it kind of like lights up um, like these other chakras.
Okay. Which chakras?
Oh, that's interesting. Like the what is it, solar plexus, and like the not the root, but the two after that.
The sacral?
But I just yes, thank you for I couldn't find the word.
Okay.
But it's interesting that like I can see it here, but it's been my voice and speaking it out loud that has been hard. So this it's not in here, which is kind of funny because that's a big part of it.
So tell me more about, you said it's not in here pointing to your neck. Tell me more about
Yeah.
what you mean.
Where I haven't show or said it like out loud, like online or like on stories or like record videos. Like I've had a hard time with that. But when you asked where the vision is, like it starts here because my heart is always like just it flutters or gets warm like at certain times and situations when I'm like thinking about serving somebody or like oh like they'd be really cool to help. And I feel like the conviction more in like my sacral and my solar plexus area. Like the speaking part is a big part of it. So it's interesting to me that it doesn't fill it up in there.
What does lit up mean to you? Tell me more about, you said starts at your heart and then it extends downward and lights up a few of the other chakras. Tell me more about lighting up.
It's like the energy is awake or is like alive. And when I think about it or like talking about it to you right now, it starts in my heart because that's where it kind of was always just like been peeking at me to do something. I didn't used to feel that before. And it's funny because I noticed my heart after my sister passed away because it was broken. But then when I would think about like there's got to be something that can help, like if death is such a part of life, there's got to be something that can help people without having to do more or be prescribed things. And so that sent me on my quest for something like that until I found breathwork eventually. But when I would do that, then my heart would like flutter, or it would get warm, or it would like I'm just way more aware of it than I ever was before. So it kind of led me to this what I want to bring the breathwork, and I've kind of been going away from it for like 3 years, trying to find somewhere else to put it. Now it's just kind of this is the thing. So it lights me up this way. But even today, I was going to talk to you about the fear of like what, why I have silenced my voice and don't express. So that
Okay.
kind of all falls in line.
Okay. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Okay, so continue to focus on this energy you're sharing with me, where your vision begins of going on tour in your heart, all the way down through to your sacral chakra. Can you share with me more about its shape or its color or
Like a sacral
appearance?
chakra?
This
Or
energy that starts in your heart when you think of your vision, that it extends all
it's
the way
like,
down. Share with me what, like its
it's
appearance, what it looks like, and color
like
or shape.
magical. It's like a magic gold sparkles. Like
I like it.
like
I
in
like it.
yeah, like in movies and stuff, like just
Okay.
like magic. Yeah. And then it like just kind of just like pours out of my heart and then just kind of sparks the other spaces, like early other centers, I guess more. There's like more conviction in like my lower ones and the knowing that like this place of knowing, like how I knew that there was something else, but I didn't know what the thing was until I eventually found it. But I didn't know breathwork existed and like before then. So it's kind of been this knowing of like bringing this tour to people in real life. Like it's for the people who don't know that it exists, and for the people that probably wouldn't take a break for themselves. If that makes sense. Like those are the people that I want to reach, and that's what lights me up of just trying to go into that work or into those spaces. But it's taken a lot for me to recalibrate to a different level of capacity and energy and all that to hold where all the other magic is too. So that's really interesting.
Yeah, that's a beautiful visual to to see and feel that the sparkliness overflowing out of your heart, but also feel that going deep into your lower chakras. When you maybe look a little more closely, what is the shape of the container that this sparkly gold glitteriness is pouring out of within your heart?
It's not it's not really a container. It's kind of like like just like the energies the center. Like the
Okay.
center is lit up and so then it can overflow and
Okay.
that kind of magic.
Okay. So it's not really container, doesn't really have bounds, no beginning, no end, really. Okay. Can you notice how the energy moves?
It's like in its own rhythm.
Okay.
Not like chaos. I don't know. Softness in a way. Like it's not
Okay.
fast or rushing, but it's just there.
Hmm. So other than the outpouring, the rain, the I don't know, the spilling over of abundance, of the sparkly glitteriness. It's a firm presence. Other than that, a softness, but steady. Okay, take a moment and really breathe into this energy. Focus your attention on this energy, this beautiful outpouring of light, sparkly goodness, and ask, what is the wisdom that this vision of energy has for you?
I heard don't be scared. You don't have to be scared
Okay.
or like afraid, I guess is a better word.
Okay. Of,
Of messing it up or getting it wrong or doing it wrong.
okay.
But there's also this part of being afraid that me being out like in a spotlight type
Mhm.
situations or opportunities that I'd have to or I'd be questioned about how my sister passed away,
Okay.
and that is not something that my parents are like okay with disclosing or and it's just I'm worried that if it were to come out that it would taint the way people look at her or hurt my family in some way.
Okay. I want you to know that I hear you on that very real concern, and I honor you for loving your family so much that you care about how they're perceived. You care about the story that you have, that you that is shared. It's not yours alone. And the question I keep hearing coming up, how could it be, let's swing the pendulum to the other direction. How could it be the greatest gift to some people out there who aren't aware of your story, of your wisdom, of the healing that you have found in your breathwork modality? What does the vision offer you when you consider this angle?
That's where I think like that role is like that part is expired because what I do and how I talk and how I hold or that has all come from all of this and I have emerged differently in healing ways and I know that I can help people like that with real life and I just
Mhm,
haven't shared the how like
mhm.
she passed away. It's just she passed away and then I went on my journey and found my stuff, but I was already like broken before she passed away, or I felt that I was broken before, and um, and then I was doing all the things to fix myself with like
Mhm.
therapy and walks and meds and all kinds of stuff, and I was like getting okay, you know. And then she passed away, and it did save my like that time of healing before saved like my mental health, I think, because I had done at least a little bit of healing awareness to things,
Mhm.
but it still shattered me, and I was like, well, I'm not doing life the way I did before, so I'll do it different. I didn't know what that was gonna look like, and I know that my story can help without sharing that part, and that's
Mhm.
where I'm like not afraid of that. It's just in a room of people I could like a few, and I still hesitate because it's like, wow, I can say, but then what are you gonna think? And like, are you gonna talk to my mom about it? Because like I don't want to bring that into her world, and just it's a it's an epidemic in the world anyway, but it's just like
Mhm.
I don't know that that is my parents' I don't think it's in their path to be the ones to do all that healing and take a stand
Mhm.
in that way for that.
Mhm.
That's not
Right.
I don't know if I have to like it's just like I don't know if I have to hide that so they're like not here or
Hey,
what. Yeah.
that's a great question. Dre, I want you to take a moment, connect with this energy that has shown itself throughout this conversation. Acknowledge the duality that you're experiencing, the duality of joy, of healing, of rebirth, and the opposite that comes with any journey. There's sometimes sadness, grief, and I may be off, but as you've been describing your sister's passing, I almost sense some shame surrounding that. Tell me if I'm wrong.
No, you're right.
Okay. So as you connect to this wisdom and you ask the question that you just finished off with, am I supposed to share it? No rush. Just take a moment. Say it again in your mind and your heart and listen to what comes up.
It just doesn't feel like it's mine to share. The shame that I feel about that is it's different parts, but
Okay. Okay.
one is that going through all this healing stuff and learning of like what you're feeling and all that. Like I'm just more aware of what she was going through, and I didn't know what I didn't know, but I really didn't help her. I wish I could have helped her. And the other part of that is for a good amount of years, My mom was at work on business and she didn't stay. She wasn't even living at home. And my sister was in college and it was just the two of us. And it's just us. And then we came back and my mom moved back kind of, but we were still like there's like a very big piece that feels like I have failed as the parent part.
Mm.
Even though I wasn't, but like I was her sister and the parent figure.
Okay. I want you to just offer yourself so much love for sharing what you just shared, Dre. You had much on your young shoulders. You had many roles that you felt placed upon you. Some of them maybe even self-imposed, not sure. However, you were young, just trying to figure out life yourself. You were trying to be responsible for your own self, and you did the best that you could with the information, the experience, the knowing that you had at that time. And you were not the parent. You are still not the parent. You are, have been, always will be the loving sister. And that is enough. It is more than enough. And you didn't know what you know now, and you are using this knowledge as a force for good to help others heal in ways that you weren't able to offer to your sister, you weren't even aware of because you were not the parent. You were not a resourced adult at the time. You did the best you knew how. So I want to connect your tender heart right now about your sister and her story, and that there's multiple layers. And I heard you and I felt it. It's not really my story to share. And I hear that. There may come a time when you feel like your sister gives you permission, but that time does not have to be now. So as you think about that vision that you shared at the beginning of our session to go on tour, I want you to ask, can you hold that vision, work towards that vision, feel it and embody it, and allow your sister to keep her story in a nice, safe, beautiful spot until a time comes, if it does, to share more about that. In other words, it's not a twofer. It's not a package deal. You can embrace, embody your vision, and love, respect, honor your sister and her story simultaneously. You don't owe any of it to anyone, even if they ask, even if you're on a tour. A simple, I lost my sister. And that was the catalyst. Or because of that, it sent me or it led me on a journey of great healing that I didn't know before. You get to keep the parts of your story that you're not ready to share, or your sister may not be ready for you to share. Because, Dre, your story matters too. Just let that really settle into your heart that you matter too. Dre matters.
That's why I'm so scared to mess up. Not me now, but like, it feels like a lot of my littles.
A lot of your what?
All of like my littles, like my inner children people.
Oh, okay.
It's like the oldest sister and the oldest cousin. And like,
You feel that
supposed to take
responsibility.
care of them.
Uh-huh. What if following the energy where you feel pulled, where you feel pulled is taking care of them by first taking care of you, which is most important, and also showing them what is possible, even in and because of and through the gift of, a journey that you didn't necessarily choose, but you came to a point where you could have said no, but you didn't.
As you were talking, it was like some higher voice came into like this
Mhm.
very sad energy and like repeated what you said. That I wasn't the parent though anyway, even then.
Mhm.
And I didn't have to be responsible for living human living people. Like
No, no. You were not the parent, and you're still not the parent. What happened while your parents may have not been at home isn't your fault. And I offer to you that there doesn't have to be someone at fault or someone to have a need to take that responsibility. That what happened happened. And that's just it. It happened. There's no need for anyone to take the fault of it on their shoulders, hold any shame or less than or not enoughness. And that's not to be confused with, feeling that deep sadness, those deep feelings of sorrow, which is a reflection of the love that you shared and continue to share. I think your sister knows of your love still, and knows that had you known, you would have reached out in ways with tools or know-how that you just didn't have at the time. Of course you would have, because that's who you are. I think it's a disservice when we try to, it's normal and it's very human and very natural to want to try to figure out why something happened, or where did it start, or with whom did it start, or who failed in some way, or who dropped a ball, or who wasn't paying attention, and all of this, when really all of that is made up. It's a reflection of the sorrow of the loss of what no longer is, of a new reality that is painful in ways that haven't been experienced prior to that moment in time. I invite you to invite in words of grace for you, for your mom, your dad, your sisters, your cousins, and say, I did my best. And sorry.
It's hard to say.
Your parents also did their best. And both of your sisters were doing their best. And if you're not quite ready to say it, it's okay. Maybe I did the best I knew. I did the best I understood.
I did the best I could with what I knew at the time.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you did. That's all anybody can do, Dre. Hard to know for total sure what your sister is experiencing now. But I feel prompted to share. She could be the one that's behind this vision of yours to go and share more healing for others to know about, more people, maybe even sooner in life, parents, young adults, teens, who can then share it with other loved ones. And in that way, the essence, the spirit of your sister continues on. The love that you have for her. You were and are and will always be such a good sister and daughter and cousin, and you're human. There will be people whose paths you cross who will have experienced similar things. And your story will become their roadmap, their beacon, their light in the dark. What I love so, so much, you have named this vision, and you even said it came out more directly with no hesitation today, which was different than even yesterday, which tells me you are embodying, accepting, allowing in this vision to be yours because it already is yours, but you're becoming one with it. You've gotten a lot of insight and you've released a lot of emotion today. And that's a good thing because it needs to be seen before you will be able to fully embody that vision. And there may be a little bit more yet to be seen. And there is enough time for all of it. There's no timeline, no deadline, no rush. Okay. Right now, what's important is you taking care of you, giving attention to the parts of you that have stepped more into the healing process now. And so listen to those parts when they need rest, without shame, without judgment. Offer rest. If they need space, if they need time, if they need connection through breath work, through nature, through however you are able to reground yourself and refuel yourself. Maybe that's with a nice hot bath, or maybe that's with pets, or I keep hearing a bird.
There's a lot of birds out here, yeah.
Okay, so you don't have a bird, but
I
anyway,
don't have a bird, but there are plenty of birds out here, yes.
the song of a bird is healing, actually. as we wrap this session, bring it to a close, what final message, or what's a closing, not final, but a closing message you can hear coming from this energy?
Well, I feel a lot lighter, so thank you very much for
Mhm.
holding all of this so that I could
Mhm.
let it out.
Yes.
Um, a couple years ago, when I went to Canada for a conference, and it was like my first like in person like women's leadership visionary, but kind of like in the healing space, not like in a business space,
Mhm.
more like spiritually led business, and that was a lot of like sister circles and like sharing and just more than I had before in like a real setting. And at the end of my like the last day, we went to like lunch before we went to the airports and stuff, and I said that what I had learned there was that by sharing me, I share her too. And I had toasted to that because I shared that with them, that they had helped me to realize that. Um, yeah, that's what came through to me too.
Hey. Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yes, absolutely. She's cheering you on. She's with you in this work.
She